here. And you should be able to see in the top left-hand corner that it is recording. So real quick, my name is Lisa Schwartz. I am with the Learning Technology Center here in Illinois. We are an initiative. I thought someone was asking a question out there. We are a program of ISB, and we help school districts and ROEs throughout the state of Illinois. Oh, someone accidentally unmuted. That's what I was hearing, some feedback. So hopefully from tonight, we will have lots of different resources here for you. Okay, and as you can see, I'm trying to multitask looking at chat. Again, if you see people are asking questions or need help in chat, feel free to, if you know the answer, feel free to jump in and answer them back. So what Seesaw is it's basically a portfolio of your child's work, and it is based upon the activities the teachers push out for the kids to complete in Seesaw. And could they put other things in Seesaw that the teacher didn't push out as activities? They can. So when they're creating this portfolio or learning journal here, they can use a lot of different tools that are housed and built in right within Seesaw. So if the kids needed to take a photo, they could take a photo using the camera button within Seesaw. They can do a drawing, a video. They could upload files or pictures outside if they have on their computer or in their Google Drive. They can create a note or even a link. And then here on slide 10, before we get more in depth about Seesaw, I want to show you that don't forget about this, whether you are a teacher or a parent or a grandparent or a guardian of some students here, that the average attention span of the kids, so this is by age and by minutes. So again, you know, several brain breaks if possible, and you know, realize even though it goes up to age 12, we know as adults how we are as learners, that we do need breaks every once in a while too. Here on slide 11, I've got a picture here of students in a classroom, and they are using Seesaw. Do you see, so in chat, feel free to put down what you see in this picture of students doing. So yeah, right now this picture is, you know, of students being in the classroom. This was before COVID, so that, you know, they didn't have to distance or wear a mask. But what do you see students doing in this photo? Feel free to put that in the chat. And as people are answering that question, I'll go ahead and start, and then I'll revisit your answers here in chat. So jumping to slide 13, again, Seesaw is a tool. It's a tech tool that lets the kids interact with content in a variety of ways. And the big thing here, it does make their thinking visible. So, and they can, their thinking is made visible through audio, through video. So, and I'll walk you through how to do all of this here. So here on slide 14, I also have some videos you can click on later to help you and your child out, or your child could just look at these videos if you so choose. All right, so there is a class app and a family app. How you are going to communicate with your child's teacher is through the family app. How your child is going to complete their activities through Seesaw is through the class app. And the difference here on the Seesaw class app, again, this is where the child completes their activities. They don't complete their activities using the family app. There are two different apps. And if you're accessing this through your computer, you can access it through your web browser, and you can do it that way. You don't have to go through the app to access them. Here on slide 17, it goes through again the difference between class app and family app. Okay, so first off, we will jump into the family app. And what the families, you will only see your child's learning. So don't panic. You won't, no one else, no other parent or guardian will see your child's learning. You can have up to 10 family members connect to each student. So if there's other grandparents, other aunts or uncles that want to be connected on the family app to your child, they can connect so they can see your child's work. This is a great place where the teacher not only can send announcements to you, but you can privately message the teacher back as well. And then here's another thing, families see written content translated into 50+ languages automatically. So the translation tool is a big plus to have here on Seesaw. And then besides messaging on your teacher on the Seesaw family app, you can also create attachments on there. And then also the teacher can send class photos, newsletters, forms, or links to you as well. So let me jump into the family app here. So to go into the family app, what I can do, I just go to a new tab. I'm in the Google Chrome web browser, and I can type in app.seesaw.me, or if I just type in Seesaw, it'll come up. And if I've already been signed in, it should come up right away to my family account. And so even though I went to a new tab here, I'm signed in on another tab to my family account as well. And as you can see, right when I go into my family account here, I've got, if I look at the top of the page, I've got the home tab, journals, and inbox. Again, if I have a device, whether it's an Android or iOS system, I can go ahead and download the family app on those devices as well. But if not, I can access it here on my computer. And right here, I've got Blake's work. It's showing his response to activity 2, show your math. It just showed how he added 2 plus 2. And then what's nice about this then, if I keep going down, this shows that it was in the pre-K class. And then here's his teacher. It just so happens to be me here. And then here, as a parent, I could comment here, or I can even like his activity here that's in on the home tab. If I keep scrolling down, it shows me his next activity. Again, shows me what class it's in, and then it also shows me if it's in a folder. I can always like it or comment it if I would like to. Now, you might say, well, Lisa, I have this ability, but I don't have the ability where I can like it. So if I go back here to my slide deck, there are ways that, depending on how the teacher has set up settings, whether you have the ability to like it or not. So again, the teacher may or may not know that they have control over that. So if you want to be able to like your child's work, let your teacher know, hey, can I be able to click on the heart to like my child's work? And all the teacher would have to do is to go into settings and change that. So going back here on slide 22 on the home tab, what can you do on the home tab? You can see your child's work. Like I said earlier, you can like it or leave a comment. You can even type a message or leave a voice recording. And I did on one of Blake's assignments, and I can go back and show you how to do that. And what I put here on slide 22, I also said, here's some suggestions for leaving some comments. It's the acronym TAG, and some other teachers are using this as well. Tell them, so the T stands for tell them what you liked about their work. So, you know, don't just say, oh, I like your work. You can explain why. Then the A stands for ask them a question about their work. And then the G stands for give them a suggestion about their work, or saying like, I wonder. So if I go back here to Blake's work here, and I go down here to comment, I can either type in a comment here and so forth, and I like how you had, and then continue that. Or I could even leave them a voice message. So a voice recording right here. If I click on that, I have up to 2 minutes to record it. So to leave a recording for them, I click on the microphone here to the far right, the bottom right here of this activity. And then this pops up as voice comment. And when I'm ready to begin recording, I click on the microphone here, and then I have up to 2 minutes to say my recording. When I'm done with my recording, all I have to do is come over here and hit the pause button, and then it's processing. And then, so what I can do here, I can replay it and listen to it if I like it. I can click on the green circle here with the check mark in it. If I don't like it, I can click on the trash can to delete it. Or if I click on the microphone, I can go ahead and continue saying some more things if I wanted to add more. But if I deleted it, I could go back in and create a new one. So, and then there's also, anytime you see the 3 dots anywhere within Seesaw, that means that it's a menu that you have other options. So in this case, you can download this voice recording if you want to. But for this activity, for it to be pushed out there, you don't have to. Just click on this green circle with the check mark, and then it's out there. Now, it says pending approval. How this teacher has it set up in settings is she, which is me, has to approve all of the comments out there that parents or guardians put on their child's work. You don't have to do that. I just put that on there just to show you, in case if you see pending approval, the teacher has to approve it first before your child will see or hear that comment. So again, this is on the Home tab in the Family app, and I've got it set up where you can like or comment on your child's work. And again, you see here's a comment right here that I have already approved from this parent. But again, if it's not approved, it just shows pending approval. Also, if you see at the bottom right-hand corner of this activity, you see the 3 dots again. If you click on those 3 dots, you can do 4 different things. If you want to post this with a QR code, you can. You can print this if you want to print it and, you know, put the work on your refrigerator or wall, whatever you would like to do. Or if you are creating a journal outside of, you know, this, that you want to keep a paper copy, you sure can do that. You can even share this post. So if you click on share post, you can get the link or the embed code that you can share it out there on different social media sites if you so choose. And then also you can save it. So again, anytime you see those 3 dots, click them. You won't hurt anything. It'll bring up another menu of things that you can do. Okay. So I'm switching back and forth between the slide deck and the Seesaw Family app here. So again, all of this is in the slide deck if you need to go back and look at it. So let's go ahead and move to journals then. What you can do, say you have more than 1 child or your child's in more than 1 class. You can be a member of all of those classes if you would like. Right here it shows that Blake has 5 different Seesaw classes. It shows that Cole has 1. So I've got 2 kids, Blake and Cole. It's listed right here. And then it also shows me, so in this case, this is Blake's screenshot. It shows the 5 classes he's a member of. So let me switch back to the family app here. So again, we were on the home tab earlier. Now we are on the journal tab. So here with the journals, this is where Blake's classes are. So if I wanted to just see his work from this demo class, if I click on that, it will just show me his work from the demo class. If I go back to his pre-K class, it will show me his work from his pre-K class. So the difference between the journals and the home tab, the home tab will show me all of his work from no matter whatever class he's in. So here's the pre-K class here. Here's the demo class. And then if Cole had a lot of activities on here, it would show Cole's activities too. It's all in one on the home. This is like your stream. It shows everything. If you want to organize it and just look at one child at a time or one class at a time, you go over here to the journals tab and click on the class that you want to see what they've done. So really, I can see all of their work under home or journals. It depends on if I want to see it all at once from all of the classes combined, or if I want to sort it out by each class. So again, that's under journals. And again, how do you get more than one child on here? A couple different ways you can do this. It depends on maybe how the teacher has it set up. You can go over here to the right-hand side and hit Add Child. If your child's teacher gave you a QR code to scan, you can click on that and scan the QR code. If they gave you a link, you can click on that and then just follow the link that they gave you to fill out. Then the third tab up here is the inbox. This is where you can message the teacher, and the teacher can message you. Again, this is all private, not this is only to you and the teacher. Let me switch back here to my slide deck. So here on the inbox, in order to message the teacher has to send you a message first. So if for some reason you can't send a message to your child's teacher, then they haven't messaged you first. Then once they initiate it and send you the first message, you should be able to type a reply here, or you can even add an attachment right here with this plus sign. Once you start typing in a message here, this will allow you to send. So let me switch back then here to the inbox. So right here on the inbox, it shows you at the top, only you and the teacher can see these messages, okay? So the teacher sent out a message right here, and then any messages you receive or you send back, they are on, in this classroom, mine are blue. So here I sent a message back to the teacher. Here I added an attachment for the teacher, and then here just added another message. So how do we do all of this? Right down here at the bottom of the screen, it says message the teacher. In this case, it's my name since I'm the teacher. If I click on here, do you see how this send? I can't send it. Why not? It's grayed out until I start typing. So as soon as I started typing hi, then do you see the green button here? The send button will allow me to then send that. If I go here to the plus sign, this is where I can attach an item. This isn't where the kids attach anything, any of their work. This is just for you to communicate with the teacher. So again, if you're wanting to record a message with the teacher or to the teacher, you can record a video message. All you have to do is click on this video, and then you've got up to 5 minutes to record a message. All you have to do, and this is very similar to what your child's doing with Seesaw with their teachers. If you click on that icon there, the video camera icon, I've got one here at the bottom on my screen in the middle, over here to the left, and over here to the right. So you can you can click on any of those and it starts the recording. When you start the recording, it gives me a countdown. And then again, right up here at the top of the screen, I've got 5 minutes to record a message. It's pulling from my other camera over here. I can turn that other camera on. And so if I want to be seen, I can. If not, I can just make sure my camera's covered up, or, you know, just do a voice recording as well. When I'm done, all I have to do is click done. And then here's my recording. I can play it back if I would like, see if I like it. If there's anything I need to add to it, if I want to draw on it, I can. If I come over here to the T, I can put a text box on it. I can do another voice recording to add to it as well. I can add photos. As you can see, I've got all of these tools here on the left-hand side that I can add to my recording if I so choose. So again, if I'm done, all I have to do is hit the green circle here with the check mark, and it is uploading the message right now. It's showing the items attached. And then do you see how I have the green button here? I can go ahead and send it. And then it's sent to the teacher, so then the teacher can hear it and listen to it when she has time. So again, you have 2 options to communicate with your child's teacher by putting a message here at the bottom of the screen, or clicking on the plus sign to add any attachments you would like. And when you click on that plus sign, it brings you to this screen, and here's where you can add anything. So if you ever need to upload anything, if you click on upload, you can add up to 10 images for this file, or as you can see what all you can do. You can select it from your computer or even select it from Google Drive. So you know, if there's something that, you know, a parent permission slip that you have to sign and return, you can sign and return it if it's on your computer or your Google Drive, and then attach it this way. But if this is not showing up here of you being able to send a message to your child's teacher, it's because they haven't sent you a message first. Then the other thing here, so we've got the inbox here and we've got the main screen right here. Now, if you look over here to the right, I'm on the inbox tab, but I've got messages here and I've got notifications. So if I go to messages, it shows that I've got 2 teachers or 2 classes that I've got messages in. So this class I was in, if I go to this class, here's my messages for this class. So again, it lets me know that only myself and the teacher can see these messages. No one else can. And then if I go over here to the notifications tab, what the notifications tab will allow you to see is when Blake's items have been updated. So when your child's different activities have been updated, or when he was tagged in an item, that it's been updated. So these notifications just let you know that, hey, you know, this activity he did was updated. And so then it takes you, when you click on that, it takes you right there so you can see the work. And maybe like on this assignment, we see Blake still needs to go back and finish some of these. He hasn't finished all of this assignment. So when we will get an update if he goes back and finishes the assignment and he turns it back in. So again, we've got the inbox here, and within the inbox tab, we've got messages and notifications. The messages will show right here, and you can switch between the classes here. The notifications are the notifications of if an assignment's been updated or he's been tagged in an item. So if Blake's tagged in an item, that means that he and another student can work on this together. The other thing about the Family app that I want you to know, I talked earlier about how the teacher can control the settings, whether you can like or comment on your child's work. Well, you have some settings you can control in the Family app. So I'm going to show you here in a minute, back on the Seesaw environment here, that if I go to the gear, I've got account settings here that I can change some things that how I receive notifications with Seesaw. So right here, if later on, whether it's tonight, next week, a month from now, you want to change your settings, feel free to use, go back to this to see how to do that if you forget. And then, well, let me go to Seesaw here real quick. So right here, if I go to click on my name up here in the upper left-hand corner, this is where the gear is. Anytime you see a gear, that means it's usually your settings for your account. But if you look right here, I've got account settings here. So either place you can go to. Another thing right here, add child's journal. Here's yet another place you can add your child's journal here to your account. Same thing, scan the QR code or use link or the URL from your child's teacher. But let me talk about the account settings. So if I go to the gear and go to account settings, this is what comes up. I can change my display name if I so choose. I can change the theme. Here's the email that it's using. I can put my phone number in if I so choose. And then if I keep scrolling down, if I go down here to parent notifications, right now, I've got it set up where I don't receive any email notifications. Why? Because I've gotten used to using Seesaw. I know where to go to look for the notifications of the stuff. I don't want my email getting all of these extra emails about Seesaw. If I don't mind the extra emails from Seesaw, or I want to be communicated about Seesaw through my email, then I can turn this on once per day, or I could have every single item that's been pushed out there for me to get an email for every single thing throughout the day. So again, you've got choice in if you want to receive all of them each time, you want once per day, or you want never. Because even if you put never, that's fine. You can still get the notifications right over here to the right-hand side under the inbox tab. Again, you can get push notifications. This will put up here in the upper right-hand corner of this, it'll put like a 1 or a 2 if I have notifications out there. I could also get an SMS notification, a short message service notification sent to my phone. If I put in my phone number, and it's usually 160 or 140 characters. It's a short message. I forget how many characters it can be, but it's a short message that's pushed out as an SMS notification. So, and I just saw in chat, Alexandra asked, what is the push notification? Again, the push notification, it just comes up here. It'll either show, if you have the app, it'll show you like a number 2 or a 3 or 20 if you've got notifications out there. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, it would show, if I've got some new notifications, it would show the number right there to notify me, hey, I've got some notifications, and for me to click on them so then I can see them. But right now, I don't have any new ones that I haven't seen. So great question. So again, this is the family app here, and this isn't where your child will turn in their work. This is where you can see what your child's doing and you can communicate with your child's teacher. You've got 3 tabs here, the home, journals, and inbox tab. And again, you can't hurt this. You can click on buttons, see what happens. And then, feel free to ask your child too, if they've been using Seesaw and they're of the age that they can help you, that you can learn from them as well. And then don't forget, you will have this slide deck and this recording if you so choose. Now, here on slide 29, I told you some of you may see something different on the family app. This is the teacher side of it, where the teacher can decide what you can and can't do. So if they've enabled family access, then right from here, they could invite you. They can manage your families. They can see the pending approvals, and then they can also control the family likes, comments, and sharing. So if you look over here to the right-hand side, this family sharing, they've enabled it. Family likes, they've enabled it. So if you see that heart, then you can like your child's work. If you don't see that heart, the teacher hasn't enabled that. There may be a reason they haven't, but since you know this now and you want that feature in there, reach out, message your child's teacher to see if you can get that feature. They also, family comments, they could turn that off if they don't want you to be able to comment on there. And then they could also turn off where your comments do not require approval. Again, I put it on there just so that you could see what it looks like on your end. So if I go in here to the teacher side of it, so here's the teacher side of it. And here real quick, if I go up here to the wrench, and this is where I can change the family settings. So what I just showed you there, the family likes, comments, and sharing. If I don't want to have to approve everyone's comments, I can just turn that off so then I don't have to approve it. So anytime you comment on your child's work, it goes there automatically. Another way some of you might have gained access to the family app was by this families that the teacher invited you. So right here, you can see on Blake's account, I've got the teacher invited Blake's guardians or parents, and here it shows 2 emails that are connected. Here this shows that an invite was sent, but they haven't actually connected. So if you get that email, maybe check your spam or junk if you don't see it in your inbox, that if you get that email, once you get that email, then it asks you, if I come back up here to slide 21, to connect to your child's journal. So you have to actually click on that to connect to your child's journal if the teacher sends it out, sends an invitation out this way. Then once you connect to your child's journal, it's going to ask you then to create your family account. You can create your family account if you've got a Google account. If you don't panic. You can just go ahead and type in and create an account right here with an email address, password, and confirm password, and create your account that way. But as you can see on this one, the invite was sent to this, but I haven't actually clicked on it to accept it. So I have to do that. But again, you can have up to 10 family members. You can have email or a phone number here to get the, to access the family app. Okay, I know that was a lot. I still want to talk about the classroom app and what your child interacts with. But before I do so, are there any questions out there? And Molly, I see you're on. Thank you so much. Any questions out there that haven't been answered? I appreciate Molly or anybody else helping answer some of the questions. All right. So let me go ahead and move on to the classroom app, and we'll look at activities. So again, just like if you added an attachment to talk, to send a message to your child's teacher on the family app, your child is using those same tools in completing the classroom activities. So in doing so, if they use the camera, here on slide 32, here's several different things they can do to use the camera tool within Seesaw. Now, I'm just going to, how I've got the rest of the slide deck set up is then I have each tool there, and then underneath each tool, I've got some examples of that tool. So here in this one, the child took a picture of their family wall of photographs. And again, they can click on any of these 3 icons here, and it will allow them to take the photo. As you can see here, they took a photo of their physical writing. So not everything has to be done with technology on the computer, on the iPad, on whatever device they may have. They can handwrite it and then take a photo of it. They could also, after they take a photo of it, they could do a voice recording. They could do a video of it explaining, you know, what they were most proud of this writing. They could, depending on the age of the child, you may have them read their writing back to you, so you hear, you know, their voice as well. So even though this was taking a photo, when you take a photo, you still have all of these other tools here on the left-hand side that you can do. So if you keep scrolling down, you can see, or there was another photo here. Then another one here is create a drawing. So it's this tool right here. And this is what you can do with creating a drawing here. Some examples that they can even, as they do their drawing, they have all of these tools over here on the left-hand side. So that's the drawing tool. So feel free to take a look at that. Here, this is where they can combine a photo and a drawing. So here on slide 42, they took a photo, whoops, they took a photo of their math assignment here. And then they showed the fractions by taking, using the drawing tool, by drawing out 1/6, 1/3, 1/4. Same thing here, took a camera of their base 10 blocks here, and then they added, they even made a mistake here, or they maybe took away one to show 5 + 2 is 7, or, okay, maybe, I'm not for sure, but as you can see, even though if they did put this there and they didn't put the answer, you can even as the teacher go back and put the answers over it. They can even annotate on a map. So here again, this is a copy of the United States map, and then they circled where they've lived. In this case, this was a teacher circling it where their colleagues are from. The next tool, add voice or audio recording. Again, they can add voice and audio recording. If you click here, this is a link of a 4th grader explaining this picture. So this is where it makes their thinking visible as far as, you know, if they really understand this, or it will show if they had another sibling or another classmate help answer or complete the work, and when they go to explain it, they are having a hard time to explain it. So let me go to a student Seesaw account here. So again, this is Blake's Seesaw account. If he is logging into his Chromebook, at the bottom of his Chromebook on the shelf where the apps are, the school district might have pushed out the Seesaw app. So he would have just maybe click on that to access it. If he's accessing this on an iPad, then he can maybe again click on the Seesaw app from the iPad to click on it to complete his work. So let me just kind of walk you through what this looks like here. And my mouse has been acting up all night tonight. I apologize. Okay, so if I click on this upper left-hand corner of his name, this shows me all of his classes. So he can go back and forth to whatever class he needs to. Let me just stay in his demo class right here. So his journal, this is the classroom app. This is the only way you can see this is if your child logs in to their Seesaw classroom app. With his journal, this shows everything he's been working on right here. And then this one, if you look at this one, it has Cole's name, Jeff, and Jessica, and 4 more. This item he can collaborate on with these other students. So here's all of the students that are tagged on this assignment that can work on this. So in this classroom, he only has 2 activities he has completed in his journal. If I go over here to activities on this activities over here on the right-hand side, this will show all of the activities that have been assigned to him by his teacher. Here, if you just will kind of scroll down, add response right here. If you look right here, finish response, that means he started it, but he hasn't finished it. So if he goes into any assignment, let me go into this assignment because it shows waiting for response. He can go ahead and start it at any time, and then he can save it as a draft if he doesn't finish it. So right here, if he's not for sure what he needs to do, he can come up here to the top of the page to view the instructions. When he clicks on view instructions, this is what the instructions are. Okay, so tap the add button, he's done that. Take a photo of your math work. So all he needs to do then is take a photo of his math work, make sure his camera's enabled, and then so it's pulling from this camera. So if he wants to, he could, if this was his paper with his math work, he could put that up to the camera and have it take a picture of that math work. And then what he could do, we'll just pretend like this has some math work on it, and he holds it up. Okay, took a picture there. Then once he takes this picture, if he needs to, he could put a text box on here. If he needs to explain something or type in something, and with the text box, he can move it around the page. So again, let's say, oh, I forgot what else I'm supposed to do. Come up here and click on view instructions. It just pops up on the screen. It doesn't take him to another screen, and he might get, confused of which screen to go to. It's just right on the same screen. And then it's after you take a photo of your math work, it just says tap the check and add it to your journal. So again, he doesn't need to do anything else, but if he needed to, he has all of these options over here. If he needed to take a voice recording, again, he could do a voice recording explaining his math here. He could, again, go back to the camera. I think when you take one photo, you can't take another. But if you go to the three dots, I can put shapes on here. So if for some reason I need a shape on here, I can put a shape on here. I can move it. I can even, the three dots, look at the three dots. I've got other options here with the three dots. Again, if I go back to these three dots here, I can change my background here if I would like. Okay. And then go back to the three dots. I can link anything on this photo as well. So if you have the paid version, over here on the right-hand side, here, this is page 1 of 1. If you click on 1 of 1 there, and you've got your child is using the Seesaw Plus or Seesaw for Schools account, then they could add another page right here. If you don't have this, the paid version, it's based off of what your teacher and your school district has decided. You would only have the one page there, and that's fine, it's doable. And then right up here, you could, let's say he didn't have time to finish it. He needed to go back and add some things. Right now, he could just save it as a draft. If he clicks on draft, it saves it as a draft, and then he can go back to it. So what's nice about this, the draft is visible to the teacher, but it can also, if the teacher has time, it could also be a check for the teacher to see, oh, I see Blake's done some of it. He needs time, oh, I see he's struggling with, putting text boxes on this or finishing the assignment. Then the teacher can reach out and help them before, the deadline of turning in the assignment. So again, this is Blake's journal right here, and it's showing what's a draft. And then, this assignment he did earlier, it's waiting for teacher approval. And then right here, this is the assignments he's turned in. So whenever he's ready to, he can go back here to his journal and go to edit and edit this. If he wants, he could also go to activities. Again, right here at activities, this shows finish response here, shows that he's in draft. So again, click it, it brings it up just like it was. He can add anything else to it. And then if he's done, click on the check and then it turns it in. So then it says it's waiting for the teacher approval. Again, right down here in Blake's journal, he's got the 3 dots. Let's say he's turned it in and he's like, oh, I forgot to do something. He can go here and go back and edit the post. So even though that they've turned it in, they can always go back and edit their post. So again, they can go back, edit it when he's done. If he thinks he's done, he can put it in draft, or again, click on the green circle, and then again, it's turned in. It's just letting him know, waiting for the teacher approval to approve this. If you click on the 3 dots, here's how you can edit people. So if he wants to, he can add other people to this assignment, and then click on their names, and then just click on the green circle, the check mark. So edit people, let me add Cole to this. And then right at the top, then Cole has access to this as well. Edit folders, edit date. He can copy and edit this as well, make a copy of it and then edit that copy. And another thing, if the teacher didn't put this activity in a folder, Blake could put this activity in a folder. So right here, I've got this folder icon here. Again, you may or may not have that depending on how the teacher has set it up. The teacher's created these folders, and let's say Blake has, he loves his work here. He wants to put this in his conference folder because he wants to be able to talk about this when he does, when student-led conferences come up later on in October. So he's got choice on which folder to put it in. If this was math, he can put it in math as well. So you can put it in more than one folder at a time. Again, this is on the class app that your child is a member of. And then if he clicks on that, the check mark, here it shows in the bottom left-hand corner here that it's in the folder math activities and conference folder. At any time, he can change that. Oh, you know, I've got something better. I don't want to put that in my conference folder anymore. He can go in and click that off, and it just shows up math activities as well. So one other thing under activities, so I was under the journal, and you can see here at the journal, we're not seeing some of his other work because either A, they haven't been approved by the teacher yet, or they're in draft mode. If I go over here to the activities tab here, so Blake could see what he needs to do. He can see what's in progress. So here's another way that they can see what it kind of breaks it down. So it's not maybe overwhelming to see everything at once. Right here, he can see what he's done. Okay, so you've got that. If you just go to activities, it's the to-do. So it shows everything, but if you want to break it down, you can do that. And then also you've got the inbox here. Again, your child's teacher can send messages to students, to families, or just to, you know, choose certain students or certain families, or they can send a mass message out to everyone. And again, this is the inbox. This is messages, class announcements, okay, show up here. The notifications show up right here. So again, the push notifications, do you see on this class? I have 21 things that I need to take a look at. Over here, or excuse me, Blake does. This is Blake's. Over here, Blake has 5 new activities that he needs to complete. And that's what the 5 is. And those are your notifications. So again, if you don't want to get those emails, you can turn that off and you'll still get notified, whether it's on the classroom app, the class app for your child, or if it's the family app, that's what the notifications would look like. I know this was a lot to take in. I appreciate your time and joining us tonight. Here on slide 57, I got some other icons that are links, excuse me. I was reading the Seesaw icon shortcut. Other links here that you can share out with your child's teacher or just for your knowledge if you would like. And before you leave here, again, if people have questions, I'll stay on it and take questions, but I do want to respect your time. That here on slide 58, I've got an evaluation. It's a Google form. if you can take a few minutes tonight to fill that out. I think that's 4 questions. But Molly, anything you want to add from the ROE?
No, I would just say thank you to everyone, and we'll continue to find ways to help parents. And I know just from experience, it really saved those slides. I think that makes a big difference because sometimes it's something you don't know you need it until you need it. So it's a great reference, and I'm, as a mom and an educator, I'm glad to have it. So thank you.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. Thank you, Molly. And like Molly said, I think she has a little kindergartner girl. And would you say in the beginning, has it gotten a little bit better navigating Seesaw with your daughter?
It has, and we were in an interesting position where she's in-person learning, but my son got exposed at childcare, so we had to quarantine at our house. Everybody's okay, but we did a week of quarantine, and so we were learning Seesaw kind of under pressure, I would say. But I learned some things tonight that I definitely didn't know, so thank you.
Oh, perfect. Well,
I was so confused at the beginning too because I didn't realize there were 2 different apps.
okay.
And understanding that was huge with when we were using it with my daughter. I was like, oh, okay. But this was very helpful.
Yeah, well, good. Thank you. And reach out, my email, you can reach out to Molly at the ROE or here on slide 7. I've got my email there. Anything we can do to help you navigate during this time, feel free to let us know. We're more than glad to help out. So, and then also, yeah, that LTC Spark website as well. And I know the ROE's got other parent workshops that they're hosting here over the next few weeks. So feel free, if you feel comfortable, you can unmute yourself and ask any questions. But if you're done, if you've got the slide deck, didn't have any problems signing in or completing the evaluation, you're free to go at any time.
Excuse me, how did I get the slide deck?
Yeah, great question. We can put it there in the chat. It's okay. I just put it there again. It's a bit.ly
so
link.
That way if I want to go and look at some of the things later. But I did learn a lot tonight because I'm a grandma teaching a 6-year-old, and it's been crazy.
Oh, I bet. Well, thank you.
I feel like I'm in school, and she came in earlier and said, Grandmommy, you're learning a lot, so you can help teach me.
Yeah, and feel free to reach out to us too if you've got questions along the way.
Great, thank you so much.
Yeah, and make sure, let me know that you get the slide deck.
I did, I just got it. I pulled it up on a different screen in Google.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
You did an awesome job.
Oh, well, thank you. So again, keep, if you've got, we'll stay on for a couple more minutes here or however long we need to help ease some of your anxiety or nerves out there as you're navigating being your child's teacher or helping out. I will stop recording. I forgot to